Upgrades.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Samuel Leggett here representing TeamJVS, here to my great excitement to talk to you about Scott Pilgrim Takes Off. There's so many reasons why I'm excited about this, but for one, the entire cast of the original Scott Pilgrim that came out in 2010 by Edgar Wright is back in this animated feature series. Now, it's been 13 years later. The director of this one is Abel, Góngora. They helped to make one of the shorts for, I think, season 1 for Star Wars Visions, which is a really good one. But the fact of having the entire cast, I mean, Mary Elizabeth Winstead is an international star. Michael Cera is back. Kenan Culkin is probably up for an Emmy. Brie Larson is a star. I mean, the entire cast is just back. The fact of having them there alone, I was psyched about. But then you're also bringing Edgar Wright in the executive producer's chair. And I think the thing about it is a lot of people are internalizing that, what is this going to be about? And I'm not going to spoil it here for you guys. I am going to tell you that it is freaking awesome. If you've watched the 2010s Scott Pilgrim versus the World, you're going to love this. But I'm going to preface it like this. This is not the same story. I'm going to leave it at that. No spoilers. And then I'm going to kind of break out one small thing, is that if you've read any of the graphic novels, if you've played any of the games outside of that movie, all of those are taking luxuries in this in a very good way. So, on top of that, now let's talk about the animation. So the animation is reminiscent of how the graphic novels were, how the games were, and it looks fantastic. Like, there are so many epic fights, but then there's so many grounded moments of just levity and heart. The interesting thing I can say to you about Scott Pilgrim Takes Off without going too over long is that it adds extensions to every single character. Characters that, in all intents and purposes, they are like the villain of the week. Even though they're very memorable, you'll never forget any of them. But somebody like Matthew Patel, right? They take his character from the bottom up and give him weight. Gideon Graves, like they do things to add understanding and at the same exact time depth to every single character, specifically like him, because I was really surprised. One, having Jason Schwartzman is amazing. I mean, him being, the Spot in Across the Spider-Verse was all one thing, but to allow him to revisit this character, but to give more, that's the thing that you guys are not ready for, because it very much so lines up for what you know. But if you've read any of the graphic novels, if you played the games, even with all that, you're still not ready for what is actually happening. And I think the other thing that's so tangible about the way the story is progressing is the fact that we've all grown. Like, I mean, some of us that watched Scott Pilgrim vs. the World were probably in college or maybe even high school, depending on who you were. And now you may have your own family. You may, be a professor yourself, And so it's just fascinating to see the jump, but to see the characters and the people in their own right evolve. And I think that's the thing that I find so amazing. I'm going to just tell you off rip, this is a 10 out of 10. Because down to the very last episode, and I think it's about 10 episodes, maybe 8 or 9. I can't really remember. Let me double check that. 8. So it's exactly 8. Down to the final episode, you're still not going to know where we're going. But I can promise you this, especially when you get to around like episode 4 or 5, you're going to get thrown off. You're going to be like, what is happening? What is actually going on? Matter of fact, you know what? Maybe off the second episode, you probably are going to not know what is actually going on. But that's the beauty of this, and I love it so much because, again, this is a callback to the movie. It's a callback to the source material. The other thing that I find very fascinating is the amazing voice work. Because, again, having the voice actors back is one thing. But because they're allowing these characters to progress in ways they never have, like somebody like Young Neil. Young Neil is given more to do with this. And you would expect, it's a series, right? You don't just overlong and stretch something out. But off the first episode, you can be like, oh, okay, I know where it's going to be. No, you don't. And again, allowing the voice actors to really show their range and giving them more to do. I mean, somebody like Aubrey Plaza, like Julie, the the swear jar, the walking swear jar. They really do a lot with her character in this as well. But again, every single character, I mean, you know, the stars are Mary and Michael and Kieran, but without spoiling too much, there's so much understanding and weight that I think that there's a word I want to use, but if I say it, it's going to throw this all off. And it's just a style of storytelling that other studios have been trying to do well, but this got it straight on, man. It was so well done. So many callbacks and so much love and devotion. Like I could ask for nothing more than what I got here. This is a 10 out of 10. I highly recommend you go and check out Scott Pilgrim Takes Off. If you want to, go and buy or go check out the ebooks for the graphic novels. Go and try to play the games. Go back and buy the 4K version of Scott Pilgrim's World. I think it's available right now, and this is not me advertising. It's just truth, because these are all great products, and this is the elevation to those set products. Go and check it out. Let me know what you guys think of it, and you're going to enjoy it. Peace, people. Oh, God, there's so much I want to say. Oh, if you want me to do a spoiler review on it, let me know.